Hey, hello. I'm here at Whole Foods. As you can see in the back, we're at Whole Foods. I'm gonna do some shopping because I really want to help people to see that shopping for organic plant foods is really not as expensive as people think it is. There is this myth that eating plant-based food is super expensive and that shopping at Whole Foods is expensive, and I really just want to debunk that myth because for several reasons. One, I really want to help a lot of people to get better at being healthy and keeping well enough to live healthy lives, and also because I really am kind of it saddens me to see how many people are living with chronic disease and um, don't know that they can live healthy lives, and that they don't have to live um, with diabetes. They don't have to live with high blood pressure. They don't have to live with high cholesterol, and that they can also live really healthy lives. So me and Spartacus here, who is looking at the train, is going to show you guys how it's done. All right.
So as always, anytime I'm in Whole Foods, I definitely hit the produce section. That's where Spartacus is, right then and right there. We were just snacking on some things in there, and there's organic kale for $2.99. Not too bad. We can do better, but not too bad. So vegan, plant-based eating does not mean expensive. So if you go to Whole Foods and it's expensive versus cheap. These are the things that are different. So in the expensive, there's convenience, less healthy, invest less time, packaging, that's what you're paying for, already made food, and then chopped fruits and veggies. On the cheap side, it's less convenient but healthier. Invest more time, no packaging. Plan to make food, and then need a food processor, can get for $25 and up, and then shop in the bulk section, which I'm about to talk about right now. And the bulk section has a bunch of different things. And in this website here, it talks about the things that are in the bulk section. You can get cereals, rice grains, beans, nuts, nut butters, different snacks and treats. And on the side there, it talks about organic food, and you can get a lot of organic food in the bulk section. Why shop bulk? Well, the bins are always replenished really often, which makes the food fresh. You can buy as much as little or as little as you need. There's less wasting, and many of the bulk offerings are organically grown, like I mentioned before. You save a lot of money. And what can you buy? I talked about that already. There are a lot of healthy things. And then how to shop. Well, when you fill your bag with the items you want to get in the bulk section, they ask you for what's called this PLU number. Now, there's a PLU number on every item in the bulk section, and so it's usually a 4-digit number. And then you would just write that number on a piece of paper or a sticky that they have in the bulk section, and then you stick it on whatever it is that you bought. So it's a bag or a container. And so really that's the gist of it. It's that simple. And there's always somebody there to help. So if you're having issues in the bulk section, please make sure to ask somebody what you need to do. Sometimes they have machines where you could just enter the PLU number in yourself, then it'll print a label. So I am back on the Whole Foods website, and on the right-hand side, I navigated over to beans. And on that side, it has other things that you can get in the bulk section. But let's talk about beans real quick. Everyone is always worried about beans, right? Beans are a food that you kind of have to get used to, and at some point they'll stop having that airy side effect that I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. but they're extremely good because they're high in fiber and they have a lot of protein. They're just really almost perfect food. They're low in fat and then low in cholesterol as well. They'll keep you full for a good period of time, but they are a food that kind of keeps on giving, and not in the way that I know some of you all are thinking, but in a way that if you eat something else after beans, that fiber continues to work and it helps to process the food slower, and then get the food out of your body faster. So this is definitely a food that I recommend, and they have so many different varieties of beans there. Um, and they kind of give you an idea about how to soak them, how to make them, all that kind of stuff. And there's so many different recipes with beans for my kids. I've made burgers, I've made different wraps, I've made tacos. I mean, there are just so many things you can do with beans. You can just have rice and beans. It really is one of the staple foods of many countries, and there's a reason for that. And this is the area that I was talking about, where they talk about all these different foods that they offer in the bulk section. And so I just navigated over to lentils and peas, and it gives you still, more reasons why you should eat some of these things. And these are also high in protein and fiber, and they cook much faster. So these could be something that could be cooked during the week, and they are delicious. They really are. Just learning how to cook them, and there's so many different recipes. That's an easy thing to do. In the bulk section, I will say the nuts and the seeds, they do run a little bit higher in cost. Not abnormally high. I mean, these cost money anyway, but they're higher than the rest of everything else that's in there. So just pay attention when you're shopping for nuts and seeds. But my mom is always like, well, I'm not a bird. I'm not going to eat seeds. But honestly, there's so many different benefits to them. And I will go through that in my next video as far as the health benefits of all of these items that you can get in the bulk section. And there's my other little kid, my 4-year-old Titanium, who is super excited and happy when he eats his vegetables and his fruit. So in my next video, I will talk about the health benefits of eating plant foods and the nutrients that are associated with some of them. It's super important to focus on nutrient density, and I learned this from many years, and just a physician who I really like is Dr. Furm. He talks about nutrient density, and I'll talk about some of his stuff at the next video. I did not talk about the produce section, and I'll make another video about that in the future. So this was fun, and hope it was useful to you guys. All right, see you on the next one. Enjoy.